Hey guys, Wolf Wengler, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about tubing. Basic 1/8 inch 3/16 rubber tubing. But one of the things that I like tubing for is for chafe guards and insulating. And what I do is I'll take a piece of tubing and I'll slit it. You can get in there with a little X-Acto blade like a number 11, and you can cut right up the center of the tube. So then you get that split piece of tubing and you've got it over the edge of whatever metal you want to protect, and you've got a nice little finished edge there, whether it's going around in a circle or what. But either way, I'm going to take that little piece of tubing and I'm going to use it around openings. Like here, if you look at where the line from the vacuum pump goes through the fender well, you can see I cleaned up that little opening with a piece of split tubing around it. And it just works really nicely. It looks good. Up here where the master cylinder is, where that opening is, another piece of split tubing around the opening. It just kind of finishes it. And I also like to use tubing. I've got one of those Moroso oil pressure shut-off switches on the car, but I don't like the connections sticking up. I don't like the connections sticking up unprotected. So a little piece of clear tubing snipped off, put over the connection, and then slid down over the screw kind of insulates this for me. So I'm using tubing for all sorts of different insulating projects around the car. In fact, if you even look up here at the radiator where the support is in front of it, that's insulated by a piece of split tubing. Tubing comes in handy for all sorts of little stuff. Here's another little piece of tubing. If you look carefully, it's really more like a piece of hose, but where the main feed comes from the alternator, there's a 100 amp fuse, and then it splits to go to the starter motor and to the headlight relays, and I've got that connection insulated from dropped wrenches or whatever. I don't want a big hot post hanging out there, so I've got that insulated with a piece of split hose that's got tie wraps around the end of it, and that works just fine too. Yeah, here's another little piece of tubing. You can see it right there. I've got an soft aluminum line, and that's the bottom one that runs back as a return to the tank, and I've got that insulated with a piece of split tubing because I don't want that soft piece of aluminum tubing exposed to road debris. Feed line that comes from the tank is braided air-equipped line. That can take a beating, but that aluminum return line, that needs to be insulated. So tubing, that's the way it works.